So, dear students, in today topic is law of variable proportions. So, in this, first we have to understand what is production function. Production function means somebody switched on the mic. You can mute the mic. Production function means it explains the relationship between factor input and output in physical terms. That means production means it's a transformation of physical inputs into physical outputs. Inputs means before production, whatever we are using raw materials, that we are calling it as inputs. And output means after production, whatever the goods and services we are producing, those things we are calling it as outputs. So is my voice clear? In production function, it can be represented in the form of mathematical model. Production means Q is equals to F of A, B, C, etc. Q means it's a quantity of output, and A, B, C, etc. are the various factor inputs like land, labor, capital, all these which are used in the production of output. So, whatever the factors of production we are using in the process of production, we are calling them as inputs. And after completion of the production, whatever the goods and services we are getting, so that we are calling it as output. Two types of factor inputs. So there are two types of factor inputs. One is fixed input and the second one is variable inputs. So I have already explained this. So do you remember this? What is fixed and what is variable? Students, is my voice clear? Students, anyone can respond. So do you remember those things? Fixed inputs and variable inputs. Fixed inputs means are those factors the quantity of which remains constant. So either you are producing or not. Once you are investing means that is called fixed input. So land, buildings, machines, tools, equipments, all these top management, etc. So once you are investing means those things we are calling them as fixed inputs. And variable inputs means so whenever we are producing only we are using them. If we are stopping the production, then we don't use them. So that is why we are calling them as variable inputs. Variable inputs are those factors the quantity of which varies with variations in the levels of output produced by a firm. For example, raw materials, power, fuel, water. So for everything, labor, communication, transport. So whenever you are producing only, you are investing or you are spending towards these inputs. Those inputs we are calling them as variable. Fixed inputs means once you are investing in these inputs, either you are continuing the production or you are stopping the production. Once you are investing means that's all. So that is fixed inputs. Variable means whenever you are producing, then only you are doing this and or you are investing in this, otherwise you don't invest. So that is called variable inputs. And there are two types of production function in the short run and in the long run. Short run means very short period, 2 months or 3 months like that. Long run means 1 year like that. So short run, when you are producing within the short period of time, then we are calling them as short run. When you are producing in a span of time like 1 year like that, then we are calling it as long run. Short run. The producer will keep all fixed factors as constant and changes only few variable factor inputs. So that is why we are calling them as law of variable proportions. That means the producer will keep all fixed factors as constant and changes only few variable factor inputs. For example, law of variable proportions. So here what you are doing means, so whenever we are thinking of this short run, so it changes only a few variable factor inputs. Long run means the producer will vary the quantities of all factor inputs, both fixed as well as variable in the same proportion. For example, the laws of returns to scale. So in the short run means law of variable proportion. Long run means both you will change, fixed as well as variable. You will change. So the example is laws of returns to scale. So what is law of variable proportions? In the short run, the level of production can be changed by changing the factor proportions. This law examines the production function with on factor variable, keeping the other factors quantities fixed. Here, only the producer is bothering about the short run means he will be thinking about variable factors only, and he'll keep other factors as fixed, and he will be changing that variable factor only. Then what is happening to the production, that we are going to study in the law of variable productions. So are you understanding this? What is the difference between law of variable proportion, and then what is the difference uh, between law of variable proportions and law of returns to scale? అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? Anyone can respond? So here the law of variable proportions means what we are doing is only one factor we are keeping as variable and other factors as fixed only. You switched off your mic. Mute. Students, you mute your mic. The law explains the short-run production function. That means when the quantity of one input is varied, keeping other inputs constant. That means what is happening in the factors and how it is changing, that we are calculating or we are measuring with the law of variable proportions theory. The total output does not always increase in the same proportion, but in varying proportion. That means, but in varying proportion means it will be changing, but not in the same proportion. So, what are the other? Somebody has unmuted your mic. Monica, mute mic. So, here, what we are only one, what are the assumptions of the law means only one factor is variable while others are held constant. That means in fixed variables, so those will be fixed, and in variable factors also only one factor is changing and the other one is constant. All units of the variable factors are homogeneous. That means whenever we are talking about the variable factors, so all units are homogeneous. That means they are same. There is no change in technology. It is possible to vary the proportion in which different inputs are combined. Proportion means, so how you are changing the ratio, that we can call them as proportion. The products are measured in physical units like in quintals, tons, etc. So in the four factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, we can divide them in two types. One is fixed factors of production and the second one is variable factors of production. So in fixed, we are taking land and then entrepreneur. And variable means, what we are taking variable means laborers and capital. In this variable also, we are keeping capital as constant. So here you can see that only one factor is variable while others are held constant. That means in labor and capital, what we are doing, we are keeping the capital as constant and one factor is variable. That means What is happening? One factor means laborers, how they are producing. That we are calculating in the law of variable proportion. And if you see here, what is happening to the production schedule? In the first column, we are seeing that quantity of labor, and then total product, average product, and then marginal product. So we know the formula. So how the quantity of labor is changing. That means when one laborer is working, how much is the total product, how much is the average product, and how much is the marginal product. If the laborers are increasing from 1 to 2, then what is the change in total product? And if the laborers are changing from 2 to 3, what is the change in the total product? And if the laborers are increasing one by one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that. So what is happening to the total product? So it is increasing, and up to some extent it is increasing, and then what is happening means it is becoming maximum at 10th laborer, and later on it is decreasing from 760 to 740. That means, so are you able to follow this table, students? Table arthamavutundama? So here what we are seeing means the quantity of labor is increasing, and what is happening to the total product means it is also increasing, but what is happening means later on it is becoming maximum, and then it is decreasing. So first, what is, it is increasing at a decreasing rate. That means initially 100 and 210, that means 110 it is increasing. Later on 210 to 330, that means 120. Later on 100. So initially it is increasing at increasing rate. After that it is increasing at a decreasing rate. That means the difference here it is changing. 430, 520 minus 430 means 90. 600 to 520 means 80. 670 minus 600 means 70. Are you able to understand this? Are you able to understand this? Here in this table, what is happening means it is increasing. Total product is increasing. But what is happening means that increase, initially it is in the increasing rate. That means from 100 it is increasing to 210, and from 210 it is increasing to 330. That means here 110 units it is increasing, and later on it is increasing 120 units. Here you can see the difference in total product. Are you able to understand this? Initially, it is increasing 110 units. Later on, it is increasing 120 units. And after that, it is increasing 100 units. That means it is increasing, but initially it was increasing at an increasing rate. Later on, it is increasing at a decreasing rate. That means 100 it is increasing, and later on 90 it is increasing. Later on 600 minus 520 means 800 it is increasing. 670 minus 600 means 70 it is increasing. Then 720 to 67 minus 670 means 50 it is increasing, and 750 to 720 means 30 increasing. But initially it was increasing at an increasing rate. Later on it is increasing at a decreasing rate, and then TP is maximum at some point, and afterwards it is decreasing. That you can see in this table. And what is happening to the average product? What is the formula for average product? So total product divided by quantity of labor. So 100, average product is 100 divided by 100. Next 210 divided by 2, 2 laborers here. So here we are getting 105. Then 330 is the total product divided by number of laborers or quantity of laborers. Then 330 divided by 3 means 110. Then 430 divided by 4 means 107.5. Like this, average product is increasing, and then at a third laborer, it is maximum 110. Afterwards, it is decreasing. So, average product at one point it is maximum and then it is decreasing. And here, what is marginal product? Marginal product means TPN minus TPN minus 1. So, with the additional unit, with additional laborer, how much is the change in the total product, that we are explaining as marginal product. So, either you can use the formula delta TP by delta Q, or TPN minus TPN minus 1, like that also. Here, what is happening to the marginal product? So, initially it is 100, then 110, then 120. That means it was increasing. And then afterwards it is decreasing. And then it is becoming 10, and afterwards it is negative also. So, are you able to understand these changes, students? So here what is happening in the table, initially total product means, so total product is increasing at an increasing rate, then it is increasing at a decreasing rate, then it is becoming maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing. Average product, it is increasing and then it is becoming maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing. Marginal product, it is increasing, then decreasing, then it is becoming zero, and afterwards it is negative. So, total product or output. So, it refers to the total volume of goods produced during a specified period of time. Total product can be raised only by increasing the quantity of variable factors employed in production. That means here how many units you are using, that too you are using only variable factors employed in production. Then what is happening to the change in the total product, that we are calling it as total product or total volume of goods produced during a specified period. So then average product. So what is average product? Average product can be known by dividing total product by the total number of units of the variable factor, that is TP divided by Q. And then what is marginal product? So it is the output derived from the employment of an additional unit of variable factor. The rate at which total product increases is known as the marginal product. So whenever there is an increase in the laborers, in the number of laborers, what is the change in the total product, that we are calculating as marginal product. Addition to the total product resulting from a unit increase in the quantity of the variable factor. And what is the relationship between AP and MP? That is average product and marginal product. When AP rises as a result of increase in the quantity of variable input, MP is more than the average product. When AP is maximum, then MP is equal to AP. So here in the graph you can see this. So in y-axis, on y-axis we are measuring output, and the x-axis amount of variable factor we are measuring, and there are three curves. One is total product curve, and then AP, and then MP. So here you can see this TP curve. What is happening means it is increasing at an increasing rate, then it, after the point of inflection, that is F point, what is happening means it is increasing but a decreasing rate, and then at H point is it is maximum, and after that it is decreasing. That means three stages we can explain in this. Are you following the students? What are the three stages? Why you are chatting unnecessarily when I am explaining? Huh? You should concentrate on the class. Unnecessarily, you should not chat. So here what we are explaining means, so here in this graph, on y-axis we are measuring output and on x-axis amount of a variable factor. Means it is increasing at an increasing rate, and then it is increasing at a decreasing rate, and then it is becoming maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing. And when we are seeing AP, so what is happening AP? So here in the first stage itself, it is becoming maximum. When it is moving from first stage to second stage, it is becoming maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing. That is average product curve. And the third curve is marginal product curve. So it is increasing. In the first stage itself it is maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing, and when it is moving from second to third stage, it is becoming zero, and in the third stage it is becoming negative. So these are the three stages we can see or we can observe in the three types of curves. So there are three stages of production. The first one is the law of increasing returns, then the law of diminishing returns, then the state of negative returns. Here you can see this. So the law of increasing returns. So here TP increases at an increasing rate up to a point F. So already I have explained this. So TP is increasing up to F at an increasing rate, and after F up to H it is increasing at a decreasing rate, and at H it is maximum, and afterwards it is decreasing. And then what is happening here means, so MP also rises and is maximum at point F, and AP goes on rising. So after point F, TP rises but at a diminishing rate. MP falls but is positive. Stage 1 ends where AP reaches its highest point. So here you can see this. So whenever we are talking about the AP, so here in the first stage it is maximum, and then it is decreasing, and then it is decreasing. And here when TP is at point F, the MP is becoming maximum in the first stage. And afterwards it is decreasing, and then it is becoming zero. And in the stage 3, MP is becoming negative. So are you able to understand these stages? క్లియర్గా అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? So here what is happening? Second stage is the law of diminishing returns. TP continues to increase at a diminishing rate until it reaches its maximum point H. So TP continues to increase at a decreasing rate. So I explained this. So after P, it is increasing but at a decreasing rate. And at point H, it is becoming maximum. So up to that, what is happening means TP is increasing at a decreasing rate. And then what is happening to the AP means after becoming maximum, it is decreasing. And what is happening to the MP means it has become maximum in the first stage itself. And after first stage, it is decreasing, and then it is becoming zero. And in the third stage, TP is decreasing, AP is decreasing, and MP is becoming negative. So stage 3, the state of negative returns. So TP is declining, MP is negative, and AP is diminishing. So are you able to understand all this? So here what we were explaining, so what is production function? It is a relationship between factor input and output, and or we can explain that it is a process of transforming inputs into physical outputs. So that process we are calling it as production. And then what is production function means? It is a form of a mathematical model of equation that Q is equals to f of A, B, C, etc. Q means quantity of output and A, B, C are the various factor inputs. Here two types of factor inputs. One is fixed inputs and the second one is variable inputs. Fixed inputs means whenever the production is happening or it has stopped, still whatever you have invested in the fixed inputs, it will be same only. And variable inputs means whenever you are using variable inputs, whenever the production is continuing, then only your investment in variable inputs will occur. Otherwise, when production is not there, you will not invest in variable inputs. So, two types of production function in the short run and in the long run. Short run means we are calling it as law of variable proportion. Long run means we are calling it as law of returns to scale. So, short run means we are saying here law of variable proportion, and long run means law of returns to scale. And here we are explaining the law of variable proportion. So, in the variable factors of production also, you are keeping one factor as fixed and we are changing the other factor. Then what is happening means there will be changes in the short run production function when we are keeping quantity of one input as fixed and then we are changing other input, then the proportion between factors changes. When the proportion of variable factors increases, the total output does not always increase in the same proportion. But what is happening means in varying proportion it is changing. And what are the assumptions of the law? So only one factor is variable while others are constant. All units of the variable factor are homogeneous. There is no change in technology and different inputs are combined and products are measured in physical inputs. So here what we are seeing means, so whenever we are discussing about assumptions, so if these assumptions are there, then only this law will become real. So in the production schedule, what we are seeing, so how the quantity of labor or the number of laborers is increasing. Here what we are saying, in the variable inputs also, we are keeping capital as constant and we are changing laborers. So we are increasing the number of laborers, then what will happen to the total product? Then what will happen to the average product? Then what will happen to the marginal product? So everything we are explaining with the help of this table. So whatever I have explained in the class, that table also same thing. So if you are having that book, you can show me that table also. Anyone is having notes? Anyone is having notes? So you can show me that మీ మొబైల్లో మీరు కెమెరాని దానిపైన పెడితే కనిపిస్తుంది నాకు. వీడియో ఆన్ చేసుకొని ఆ బుక్ పైన టేబుల్ పైన మీరు చూపిస్తే నాకు కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ స్క్రీన్ పైన. హూ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ద నోట్స్? దీప్తినా? యూ కెన్ షో మీ ద టేబుల్. కొంచెం కిందికి పెట్టుమా. టేబుల్ వేసుకోలేదా? మళ్ళీ టేబుల్ వేసుకోకుండా గ్రాఫ్ ఎట్లా వచ్చింది నీకు? మరి ఇంకేం రాసుకున్నావు వేరియబుల్ లా వేరియబుల్ ప్రపోర్షన్స్లో? హూ హూ ఇస్ దట్? మౌనిక. కొంచెం దగ్గర పెట్టుమా కెమెరా. కొంచెం దగ్గరికి పెట్టి కెమెరా ఆన్ చేయి. వీడియో ఆన్ చేయమా. టేబుల్ పైన పెట్టు. ఆ, కొంచెం క్లియర్గా కనిపించాలి. బ్యాక్ కెమెరా పెట్టు. సో కొంచెం కింద పెట్టమ్మా, క్లియర్గా కనపడాలిగా. So already we have discussed this in our class. So are you able to see this table, students? Remaining students. టేబుల్ కనిపిస్తుంది కదమ్మా. టేబుల్ స్క్రీన్ పైన కనిపిస్తుంది కదా మీకు. మౌనిక రాసుకోండి ఇది. ఆల్రెడీ మనం క్లాస్లో డిస్కస్ చేసిండేది ఇది టేబుల్. సో ఫస్ట్ లేబరర్ మూవ్ చేయొద్దు, ఒకసారి పెట్టినామంటే ఇంక అట్లే వదిలేసి. So here when first laborer is there, so what is happening to the TP means అందరికి కనిపిస్తుంది ఈ టేబుల్. So what is happening here? So TP is 100 and then average product is also 100 and then marginal product is also 100. So when the laborers స్క్రీన్ పైన కనిపిస్తుంది కదా టేబుల్. ఎవరికి? అమ్మాయి మూవ్ అవుతుంది, కనిపిస్తుంది చూడు. మౌనిక చూపించు నాది. మాకు కనిపించడం లే. నాకు కనిపించలే. ఓకే. So here what is happening? TP is increasing from 100 to 210, then 330, 430, 520 like that. That means it is increasing at an increasing rate. Then it is increasing at a decreasing rate. Then it is becoming maximum at 750 and later on 760, 700 and 740 means it is decreasing. And then what is happening to the average product means, so it is increasing and on third labor it is 110 and afterwards it is decreasing. And then this is the same table which I am showing here. Kada? This is the same table. So this is the same table which we are explaining here. So 100, 210, then 330. Same hai kadamma? Monica? So here what is happening means average product it is increasing and the third laborer it is becoming maximal and afterwards it is decreasing. And then marginal product it is maximum at second laborer only and then third laborer. Then what is happening? It is decreasing and later on it is becoming negative. Mute చేసుకోమా మైక్ మౌనిక. So here what is happening means, so whenever we are discussing about average product, so average product means TP by Q and then marginal product means TPN minus TPN minus 1 and then what is the relationship between AP and MP. So when AP rises, what is happening means MP is more than the average product. So initially in the graph we can see this. So what is happening here? So before point S, MP is greater than AP. అవునా కదా? AP కంటే MP పైన ఉంది కర్వ్. Anyone can respond? So before point S, MP is greater than AP. And after point S, AP is greater than MP. So that only we are explaining here. So when AP rises as a result of increase in the quantity of variable input, MP is more than the average product. That means, so before S, what is happening? MP is greater than AP. And after this intersecting point S, what is happening means AP is greater than MP. And when AP are maximum, then MP is equal to AP. So when AP is maximum here, so what is happening means, so AP is maximum at point S. Is it clear? AP is maximum at point S. అవునా? ఎస్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఏపీ మాక్సిమం అయింది. అక్కడ ఏపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంపీ. సో బోత్ ఆర్ ఇంటర్సెక్టింగ్ కాబట్టి సో ఎంపీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఏపీ. సో the MP curve cuts the AP curve at its maximum. When AP falls as a result of decrease in quantity of variable input, so MP is less than AP. So here after intersecting point, so AP is more than MP. So there are 3 points here. Before S, MP is greater than AP. At point S, MP is equals to AP. And after S, AP is greater than to MP. Is it clear? ఆ మూడు స్టేజెస్ అర్థమవుతున్నాయి ఇక్కడ. సో బిఫోర్ పాయింట్ ఎస్ ఎంపీ is greater than AP. At point S, MP is equals to AP. And after S, AP is greater than MP. And there are 3 stages of production: law of increasing returns, law of diminishing returns, and law of state of negative returns. So in the first stage, what is happening means TP is increasing at an increasing rate up to F, and afterwards it is rising, but what is happening means, so TP is increasing at a decreasing rate, and MP also rises and its maximum at point F. So here in this graph you can observe this. So here what is happening, TP is increasing at increasing rate up to F, and afterwards it is increasing at a decreasing rate. And then in the first stage itself AP is maximum and MP is also maximum, after it is decreasing. And in the second stage, it is increasing at a decreasing rate and then it is becoming maximum TP. And then AP is decreasing. And then MP is decreasing and it is becoming 0. And in the third stage, TP declines, AP is decreasing, and then MP is negative. So these are the 3 stages. So first stage is increasing returns, second stage is diminishing returns, and the third stage is negative returns. So a rational produce will never produce in stage 3. So what the producer will observe, he will observe not to enter in the stage 3 where MP is negative. So whenever the TP is maximum only, he will stop the production. That's why we are calling that producer as rational producer. A rational producer will also not produce in stage 1. So where the MP of fixed factor is negative. So first stage tone ఆపేయడు, third stage లోకి enter కాడు. So what he will do, he will enter or he will continue the production up to the stage 2. The producer producing in stage 1 will not be making best use of fixed factor and he will not be utilizing fully the opportunity of increasing production by increasing quantity of variable factor. That means the producer producing in stage 1, so if he stop means he is not using fully the fixed factor. So what is happening means he has to enter the stage 2 and then TP should be maximum and AP is decreasing and MP is also decreasing. That stage, up to that stage, the producer should produce the product. So a rational producer will produce in stage 2 where both MP and AP of variable factors are diminishing. So any doubts in this? So everything is clear. So what is the formula for TP? TP. What is TP? What is AP? What is the formula for that? What is the formula for AP? Quantity of labor. Then what is the formula for MP? Okay, very good. So TPN minus TPN minus 1. So what are the fixed factors and what are the variable factors? Fixed factors అంటే ఏమి? Then what about variable? Variable అంటే ఏమి? Hmm? So already we have explained this. Huh? So here ఫిక్స్డ్ ఇన్పుట్స్ అంటే ఒకసారి ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నామంటే మళ్ళీ మనము ప్రొడక్షన్ జరిగినా జరగకపోయినా దానిపైన పెట్టిన ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అలాగే ఉంటుంది. వేరియబుల్ మీన్స్ వెన్ ద ప్రొడక్షన్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఓన్లీ దట్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ we are doing. So then what is this? What is the variable inputs here? What are the variable inputs? Uh, in factors of production, what are the factors of production? How many are there? Factors of production. Factors of production ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయమ్మా? ఎన్ని మొత్తం ఎన్ని? How many are there factors of production? చెప్పలేదా క్లాస్లో ఇప్పుడు మనము? 4. ఏమేమి? ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఐమ్ ఆస్కింగ్, నాట్ లాంగ్ రన్ షార్ట్ రన్. ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ అంటే ఏమేమి? ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ 4 ఫ్యాక్టర్స్: ల్యాండ్, లేబర్, క్యాపిటల్, ఎంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్. ఈ నాలుగుని 2 types గా డివైడ్ చేసినాం. వన్ ఇస్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అండ్ సెకండ్ వన్ ఇస్ వేరియబుల్. ఫిక్స్డ్ ఏవేవి? ఓకే. అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద వేరియబుల్? In that also one you are fixing and one you are changing. So which one you are making as fixed and which one you are changing while explaining this law? While explaining the law of variable proportions, one input you are changing and one input you are making as fixed. So which one you are making as fixed and which one you are changing? వేరియబుల్లోనే ఉండే రెండిట్లో ఒకదానిని మనం చేంజ్ చేయడం లేదు, ఇంకో దాన్ని చేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఏది చేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాము? ఏది ఫిక్స్డ్? ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిఫరెంట్ స్టేజెస్? హౌ మెనీ స్టేజెస్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద లా ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్ ప్రపోర్షన్స్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్? డిమినిషింగ్ నెగటివ్ రిటర్న్స్. సో ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో టీపీ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఇంకా వేరే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు ఆన్సర్ చేయడం లేదే. ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో టీపీ మాక్సిమం ఉంటుందా? టీపీ టీపీ డిక్లైన్ పాప ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో. ఒకసారి గ్రాఫ్ చూడు. ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో టీపీ మాక్సిమం అయిందా? టీపీ అని అడుగుతున్నా నేను. ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో టీపీ ఏమైంది? ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ అట్ డిక్రీజ్ రేట్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఎఫ్ కదా. ఫస్ట్ పెరుగుతున్న రేట్లో పెరుగుతోంది, తర్వాత తగ్గుతున్న రేటులో పెరుగుతోంది. సెకండ్ స్టేజ్ లో ఏమవుతుంది అంటే మాక్సిమం అవుతుంది టీపీ. చూడండి గ్రాఫ్ చూడండి. టీపీలో 3 స్టేజెస్ చెప్పండి. టీపీలో 3 స్టేజెస్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి. వై నో వన్ ఈజ్ రెస్పాండింగ్? ఏం మౌనిక, ఈ 962322 ఎవరు? 962322 స్క్రీన్ పైన కనిపిస్తాను చూడండి. ఎవరిది అది? అది నేమ్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలి కదా, అట్లే పెట్టుకుంటే ఎట్లా నంబరు? రెస్పాండ్ గా 962322 ఎవరది? లాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపెంట్ ట్రూ కాలర్ అని పడుతోంది. మీరిద్దరు నేమ్స్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోండి. ఎవరు వాళ్ళు? రెస్పాండ్ కండి మైక్ ఆన్ చేసుకొని. 962322 దెన్ ట్రూ కాలర్ అని ఇంకొకటి పడుతోంది. ఎవరు వీళ్ళిద్దరు? ఎవరు ఆన్ చేసుకోండి. మౌనిక నువ్వు మైక్ ఆఫ్ చేసుకో. ఎవరి 962322 రెస్పాండ్ కాండి. కెమెరా ఆన్ చేసుకో. ట్రూ కాలర్ ఈ 2 నంబర్స్ ఎవరివో చూడండి. రమావత్ లలిత పైన ఉన్నారు ఇద్దరు. స్క్రీన్ పైన కనిపిస్తుందమ్మా మీకు? మరి ఎవరు రెస్పాండ్ కాలేదు? 962322 ట్రూ కాలర్ ఎవరివి? మళ్ళా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయి దీప్తి. సో ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి దీంట్లో? 3 స్టేజెస్. టీపీలో 3 స్టేజెస్. చెప్పండి ఎవరో ఒకరు. వై గ్రాఫ్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ ఓన్లీ నో ఫర్ యూ? గ్రాఫ్ కనిపిస్తుందమ్మా మీకు? టీపీలో 3 స్టేజెస్ ఏమున్నాయి చెప్పండి. ఏమున్నాయి? గ్రాఫ్ లో చూస్తే కనిపిస్తున్నాయి కదా. 3 స్టేజెస్ టీపీలో ఏమున్నాయి పాపా? ఏమా కనపడుతుందా లేదా మీకు గ్రాఫ్? మళ్ళీ 3 స్టేజెస్ ఏమున్నాయి పాప టీపీలో? మాక్సిమము టీపీలో ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ లో మాక్సిమం అయ్యిందా? మళ్ళీ అదే చెప్తాను నువ్వు. ఫస్ట్ ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ పాప. ఆ! అది ఏం స్టేజ్? ఇంక్రీజింగ్ రిటర్న్స్. సెకండ్ స్టేజు ఇక్కడ సెకండ్ స్టేజ్‌లో మాక్సిమం అయింది. తర్వాత అంటే డిమినిషింగ్ రిటర్న్స్. థర్డ్ స్టేజ్‌లో ఏమంటే నెగెటివ్ రిటర్న్స్. సో, టీపీ అయినా, ఏపీ అయినా, ఎంపీ అయినా దేర్ ఆర్ 3 స్టేజెస్. సో, ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్ ఈస్ increasing, second stage is diminishing, third stage is negative returns. So, any doubts are there? Emma, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? Why only 24 are participating in the class? Hmm? ఎంతమంది రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకోండి ఇది? ఏమా? 53లో 24 ఏనా అటెండ్ అయ్యేది? మిగతా వాళ్ళు? మరి ఇంతమంది కోసము సగం మంది కూడా రాకపోతే ఎందుకు చెప్పాల పాప క్లాసు? ఈహెచ్పి ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం లీడర్ ఎవరు? ఆ అమ్మాయి అటెండ్ కావడంలా. దీప్తి, భావన, మీరు కొంచెం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయండి. వై దే ఆర్ నాట్ అటెండింగ్. పర్సనల్ గా కాల్ చేయండి అండ్ టెల్ దమ్ దట్ అటెండెన్స్, నిన్న అటెండెన్స్ పెట్టాను గ్రూప్ లో చూసుకున్నారా? సో ఇట్ విల్ లింక్ అప్ విత్ యువర్ స్కాలర్షిప్. ఈరోజు పేపర్లో కూడా వచ్చింది చూడండి. 75% అటెండెన్స్ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసుల్లో ఉండకపోతే యూ వోంట్ గెట్ ఎనీ బెనిఫిట్స్. విద్యా దీవెన కానీ వసతి దీవెన కానీ రావు. అర్థమవుతుందా మీకు? సో యూ కన్వే దిస్ మెసేజ్ టు యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. కంపల్సరీగా అటెండెన్స్ ఉండాలి. అందుకే డైలీ నేను పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నా మీకు అటెండెన్స్. సో మీరు పర్సనల్గా ఫోన్ చేసి ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయండి. సరేనా? మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి కూడా చెప్పండి. ఈ టాపిక్లో ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? అర్థమైందా క్లియర్గా? ఒక్కొక్క రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వండి. కోమల అర్థమైందా? అమృత కే, అమల ఏ, అమల రెస్పాండ్గా అమ్మా. ఏ అమల. ఎయిదర్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ స్విచ్చింగ్ ఆన్ యువర్ మైక్ ఆర్ వీడియో ఆల్సో. అమల ఏ. ఇవన్నీ నోట్ డౌన్ చేసి వాళ్ళ పర్సనల్గా చెప్పు. నేను శ్వేత. శ్వేత, నువ్వు టీవీ చూస్తా అంటే నీకు ఏమి క్లాస్లో ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటుంది పాపా? పక్కన టీవీ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. క్లాస్ అర్థమైందా? టీవీ దగ్గర కూర్చుంటే నీకు ఏం అర్థమవుతుంది? పక్కన వచ్చి కూర్చోవాలి కానీ. ఎం మౌనిక, ఎం మౌనిక, స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ చేసుకో మైక్. శ్వేత, మౌనిక, షైని, షైని అర్థమైందా? లలిత, రమ, మైక్ ఆన్ చేసుకున్నావు. రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వు. లలితానా? అర్థమైందా లెసన్? కృపావతి అర్థమైందమ్మా? సో ఇఫ్ ఎనీవన్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎనీ డౌట్ యూ కెన్ రైజ్ యువర్ డౌట్. దీపిక, క్లాస్లో అలర్ట్గా ఉండండి. దీపిక, ఈ 962322 ఎవరు మైక్ ఆన్ చేస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు? ఇవన్నీ పాయింట్స్ నోట్ చేసుకో దీప్తి. దీప్తి ఇవన్నీ నోట్ చేసుకొని మళ్ళీ గ్రూప్ లో వాళ్ళకి చెప్పు. ఎవరి 962322 మైక్ ఆన్ చేస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు? ఆ? ఎవరు? మరి ఇంతకు ముందు అంతగా పిలుస్తా అంటే పలకకపోతే ఎట్లమ్మా? ఈ ట్రూ కాలర్ ఎవరు? సరే, ట్రూ కాలర్ అనే కనిపిస్తుంది, వాళ్ళెవరు? సులోచన అర్థమైందా? ఉం? సో ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా ఇంకెవరికైనా? ఓకే దెన్, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి చెప్పండి కంపల్సరీగా క్లాసెస్కి అటెండ్ కమ్మని చెప్పండి. ఓకే. ఓకే.